Hi there, welcome back to More Creating by Sue. My name is Sue, and today I'm going to show you how to create this list box. I'm going to use these buttons to zoom in and out so that you can see better. They also help when selecting fine details. If you zoom in, you'll be able to select the fine line of this box much easier than if you were to try to select it while zoomed out. With this list box, it's a regular rectangle box with 5 small rectangle lined boxes and 5 small circles. I use the circles to check mark as I complete my list. So let's go back to our template. Let's zoom in so that we can see it. I'm going to create a list box in this box right here. So the first thing I want to do is create a rectangle. So go over to the left to your drawing tools, click on the rectangle, and draw your rectangle. I don't want it to go all the way to the edges because I want to be able to see my design for the sticker behind the list, but that's totally up to you. I'm going to change the height of my list to 0.35. The next thing I want to do is change my line. If you'll notice on my other page, my line is a black dashed line. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first you're going to change the color of your line. And I'm just going to choose black. It's your choice. You choose whatever color you want. Then I'm going to use these buttons to change the style. I'm going to select this dashed line, and in order to see this when you print it, you have to change the weight of it. So I'm going to make it a 0.5, and then I'm going to fill that in with white, and I'm going to change the transparency of my white on the right side to 50%. Now I can write in my box, but I can still see my design behind it. Before I create the rest of my boxes, I'm going to make my circle for the checking off of my list. So go back over to the left to your drawing tools, and you can select any shape you want. I just am going to use a circle. To get a perfect circle, you'll want to hold down your shift button while you drag your mouse. The other way you can do that is by changing the width and the height so that they match. I'm going to move my circle so that it's lined up in my box by clicking on it and dragging it to the position where I want it to be. Next, I want to fill my circle in, and I'm going to use white. And I'm not going to give it a transparency. And I'm going to remove the line color. If you want a line color on yours, then you can choose one. If you don't, then just put it on none. So here's my first list. Now I want this box to contain the same thing multiple times. To do that, I'm going to click on my circle, hold down my shift, and click on my rectangle. Then I'm going to go up to my top and I'm going to group my shapes together. It's easier if your shapes are grouped if you're replicating them. Then I'm going over to the right side and opening my replicate panel, and I'm going to replicate this to fill in my rectangle. It should be about 4 or 5. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a lot of space here, so you can stop at this. I'm going to show you how to distribute these boxes evenly inside here, Or if you want to add another one, you can add another one. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to stay with 5. Let me click off of that. Now you'll want to select all 5 of these boxes. A couple of ways you can do that. You can click and drag across, but then you have to unselect this one. So hold down Shift and click it. Or you can hold down your Shift and select each box. Yeah, my Shift button wasn't held down right. Shift, click, click, click. Now I want to distribute these boxes evenly inside of this box. Oh, before I do that, I actually have to move my bottom box. Sorry. So I have to move my bottom box down to where I want it to be. Then I have to select all of my boxes. So all of my boxes are selected, but not my bigger rectangular box. Next, I'm going to go over to my transform button and I'm going to distribute these vertically. And you'll see there's space in between. Then I want to make sure that they're all lined up. So I want to do a horizontal alignment. And now they're all lined up. I'm going to click off of those. And now I want to select just these rectangle boxes. But when I click on it, you'll notice this circle is still part of that. So I want to ungroup all of these circles and rectangles. So let's select them all. I'm going to drag across. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to ungroup them. Now you'll see all of my circles are separated from my boxes. So let's click off of that. And I want to group just my circles. So click your circle, hold down Shift, and click the rest of your circles. And group those. And the reason I do that is because if I want to change the color of my circles, it's easier to change the color all at once when they're grouped than to change them individually. And the same thing for my rectangles. So click, hold down Shift, and select all of them. And group them. So now those are grouped, the circles are grouped, and the box behind it is its own. Now if I want to change my line color, they're all grouped together. So when I change that color, they'll all change. If I want to change my circle color, they're all grouped together. So they'll all change. Then when I add my image to the back, you can see it through. It's a little bit lighter here. You still have your circles. You have your line color. So I'm going to show you really quick how to get your circles to be a color of your something from your image. So say I want it to be this darker blue right here. So I'm going to click on my circles. I'm going to go over to my fill and choose fill color. Click on the pen or the dropper and choose the color that you want. So let's say I want this dark color right here. You can see the box turning colors. Well, I think I want this darker color. So now those colors match this. Then I can change my line color by clicking on it And because I used that dropper to create that color, it's still there. So I can match that to my circles, which matches the cloud on my stickers. And that's how you create a list box. Thanks for watching.